dear students, welcome back to mathematics class. In the last video we already discussed about trigonometric identities. How many identities are there? There are 3 identities. Can you recall what are they? First one is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. Second one, secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1. And third one, cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1. So these are the basic fundamental identities. Theta can be any value. You can take theta can be any value which are always true. Now let us see, using these 3 identities we can find few more standard results. So coming to first one, what is the first one? Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. So from this, if I want sin square theta, then send the cos square theta to that side. Hence sin square theta is equals to 1 minus cos square theta, isn't it? And from this, sin theta is equals to root of 1 minus cos square theta. Okay. Or otherwise, instead of making sin square theta as a subject, if I want, I can also write it that cos square theta is equals to 1 minus sin square theta. And from this, cos theta is equals to square root of 1 minus sin square theta. So every line is a formula. Here every line is a formula. So sin square theta we can write it as 1 minus cos square theta. Whereas cos square theta we can write it as 1 minus sin square theta. And from this, sin theta is equals to root of 1 minus cos square theta. And cos theta is equals to root of 1 minus sin square theta. Okay. Similarly, coming to the second identity, which is secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1. So from this, secant square theta is equals to, if you send this minus tan square, then it becomes 1 plus tan square theta. And secant theta is equals to square root of 1 plus tan square theta. Okay ma? If not, instead of making secant square theta as a subject, if I make tan square theta as a subject, then tan square theta is equals to, see, minus tan square you can send that side and 1 you can bring this side. Hence tan square theta is equals to secant square theta minus 1. Otherwise, from this, tan theta is equals to, we can write it as root of secant square theta minus 1. So see once again what are the other results. So secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1 is the fundamental identity. From that we can write that secant square theta is equals to 1 plus tan square theta. If not, tan square theta is equals to secant square theta minus 1. Okay. And from this secant theta we can write it as under root of 1 plus tan square theta, as well as tan theta is equals to square root of secant square theta minus 1. Fine. Then coming to third identity, which is cosecant square theta minus cot square theta, which is equals to 1. So from this, cosecant square theta is equals to 1 plus cot square theta. Okay. Now can you tell me what is cosecant theta? Can you tell me? Yes, root of 1 plus cot square theta. Otherwise, the same formulas, instead of cosecant square theta, I can write it that cot square theta is equals to, can you guess? Cosecant square theta minus 1, and from this cot theta is equals to square root of cosecant square theta minus 1. Okay, ma. So once again, what is the third identity is cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1. And from this we can write cosecant square theta is equals to 1 plus cot square theta. And cosecant theta is equals to square root of 1 plus cot square theta. Similarly, cot square theta is equals to cosecant square theta minus 1. And cot theta is equals to square root of cosecant square theta minus 1. Okay. Also observe the note. So here all these boxes are important. Every box is considered as a one of the formula. And just look at this point also. So actually tan theta is equals to basically the formula is opposite side by adjacent side of an angle theta. Am I right? Isn't it? Now the same formula, can I write it? Opposite side by hypotenuse whole divided by adjacent side by hypotenuse. Okay, ma. I mean both numerator and denominator divided with hypotenuse. Can we write it? Yes, why not? So now look at this. Therefore tan theta is equals to not only opposite side by adjacent side. See, if I divide with hypotenuse, now opposite side by hypotenuse is the ratio. This ratio we denoted as sin theta. And whereas adjacent side by hypotenuse, this ratio we denoted as cos theta. So therefore, this is one more formula for tan theta. So basically the definition is nothing but tan theta is the ratio between opposite side by adjacent side of an angle some theta. Now the same formula after dividing with the hypotenuse, we got now tan theta is equals to sin theta by cos theta. So therefore once look at how far we can write tan theta. Formula number 1 is nothing but opposite side by adjacent side. Isn't it? And this is also we can write it as sin theta by cos theta. And you know we already discussed it because the tan and cot are multiplicative inverse. I mean reciprocals, no? Hence tan theta we can also write as 1 by cot theta. See how beautiful. The same term tan theta can be expressed in these many ways. So all these can be used in the place of tan theta. Similarly, my dear, cot theta also, cot theta. So basically ratio between adjacent side by opposite side is known as cot theta. Isn't it? Now here also just if you divide both numerator and denominator like this with hypotenuse, then adjacent side by hypotenuse is nothing but cos theta and opposite side by hypotenuse is nothing but sin theta. Okay, ma'am. So, and as usual, tan theta can be written as cot theta can be written as 1 by tan theta. So this is obviously we know already in the last class itself. So from this what I am telling that cot theta, especially cot theta, can be written as cos theta by sin theta. So this is one of the beautiful formula. See, this is the chapter, my dear, where it involves with many formulas. But to be frankly, see, instead of remembering these many formulas, if you remember only the standard result, from this we can derive whatever you want. We can derive for sin square theta, you can derive for cos square theta. If not, you can write what is sin theta and what is cos theta. So, if you remember these three identities, almost all 3 into 4, nearly 12 formulas you can frame from this. And please note that tan theta is nothing but sin theta by cos theta, can also write. And cot theta can be written as cos theta by sin theta, because these two are reciprocals and moreover multiplicative inverse of each other. Okay. So coming to the problem number 1. If tan A is equals to 3 by 4, then find the other trigonometric ratio of angles small a. Okay. So provided tan A and asking us to find out the trigonometric ratios of angle A. All other trigonometric ratios. So trigonometry, here we deal with a right angled triangle. So let it be a triangle ABC. For example, A is here, B is here and C is here. So this is nothing but angle A, isn't it, ma'am? So once see that what is given that tan A is equals to 3 by 4. So what is actually the formula for tan? I mean ratio between opposite side to angle A by adjacent side to angle A, which is given as 3 by 4, isn't it? So please note down that most of the students, you know what they will do, because of opposite side, they may think that 3 is the opposite side and 4 is the adjacent side. Hence to angle A, opposite side is BC, so they may write here 3, and for adjacent side is nothing but AB, hence they may write 4 here. Do you understand? So opposite and adjacent. But please, my dear, you need to remember that this 3 by 4 is the ratio. This 3 by 4 is the ratio, but not 3 is the side of opposite, 3 is the length of the opposite side and 4 is the length of adjacent side. No, 3 is not opposite side and 4 is not the length of the adjacent side. The ratio between, for example, if opposite side is 15 and adjacent side is 20. Do you understand, man? So opposite side is 15 and adjacent side is 20. Hence this ratio, 3 or 5 table, 5 3s and 4 5s. Now the ratio is equals to 3 by 4. That doesn't mean that 3 is the length of a particular side. So that is very, very important. That is why we should not take 3 here. Take 3k and this is as a 4k. Because it is the ratio. Hence it should be multiplied by a positive number. Where k is, what is k is? Any positive number. K is any positive number. That is what you need to take. This is the most important point you need to observe, my dear. When the particular trigonometric ratio is given to you like 3 by 4, 4 by 5, 7 by 6, then please don't take as it is. Along with the 3 and 4, you please write some constant. So it should be multiplied with some other constant. Okay. Now we want to know what is AC. So using Pythagoras theorem. What is the Pythagoras theorem? Square of the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse whole square is equals to sum of the squares of the other two sides. That is first side whole square plus second side whole square. Which is AC square, here hypotenuse is nothing but AC square, and rest of the two sides are, one is AB and another one is BC. So now I want to find now AC square is equals to AB square 4k whole square, which is 16k square, and BC 3k whole square, which is 9k whole square, finally 25k square. So from this AC is equals to 5k. Actually we will get plus or minus, but AC is the length of the hypotenuse, no? Length never be negative, so that is 5k. Okay, so now I know that this is 5k. So once if you know all the three sides of a triangle, hence you can find out any trigonometric ratio. So now let me want to find out first of all what is sine angle A. Angle is here what? A, no? At A. So sine A, which is nothing but opposite side to angle A by hypotenuse, isn't it, ma'am? So what is the opposite side to angle A is nothing but 3k by hypotenuse is 5k. So k gets cancelled, hence sine A is equals to 3 by 5. And similarly you can also find out cos A. Cos A is the ratio between, yeah, formulas are very important, you must know this, adjacent side to angle A by hypotenuse. So what is now adjacent side to A? For A, adjacent side is this is, and 3k is the opposite one. So adjacent, which is nothing but 4k, and hypotenuse is nothing but 5k. Now k gets cancelled, hence 4 by 5 is the value of cos A. So my dear, once if you know sine A and cos A, rest of all other we can find it very easily. So look at here. Now suppose I want cosecant A. Cosecant A. What is the formula for cosecant A? Can I write it as 1 by sine A, no? Isn't it? So 1 by sine A value is 3 by 5. So 1 by 3 by 5 is nothing but 5 by 3. 5 by 3. Right? Okay. And after cosecant A, now let me want to find secant A. How can I write secant A? Of course, one is hypotenuse by adjacent. That is no doubt. And moreover, I can also write it as 1 by cos A. So that is 1 by cos A value is 4 by 5. So which is 5 by 4. Now finally I want tan A. What is tan A is nothing but, just now we discussed sin A by cos A. So sin A value is 4 by 5 and cos A, sin A value is, what is the value of sin A? Sin A 3 by 5. This is 3 by 5 by 4 by 5. 5 gets cancelled. Oh, of course, tan already given, no? Tan is already given, no need to find. So we need to find actually cot A. Cot A. Cot A, I can write it as 1 by tan A. So 1 by 3 by 4, which is 4 by 3. So in this way, my dear, if you know one trigonometric ratio, then with the help of a right angle triangle, moreover using Pythagoras theorem, we can find out the rest of the other all other trigonometric ratios, right? So coming to the next question, in triangle PQR, if triangle PQR is a right angled triangle, angle P is equals to 90 degrees. So let it be a triangle PQR. Moreover, right angle is at P. So say suppose this is P. Now you can move clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. Now let me assume this is Q and this is R. PQR is a right angle triangle and right angle is at P, in which PQ is equals to 29 units. This is 29 units and QR is equals to QR. This is 21 units. Be careful. And angle PQR. Angle PQR. This is the angle given as theta. You understand, man? Then find the values of cos square theta plus sin square theta and cos square theta minus sin square theta. So as I told you, if you want to solve anything in trigonometry, better to know the three sides of a triangle. Three sides of a triangle. Here we don't know what is the length of the side PR or RP. No problem. R to P or P to R. Distance is same. Length is same. So now my intention is that. So in triangle PQR, okay. So what I can say, because of angle P is 90 degrees, right angle triangle, hence I can say that square of the hypotenuse, just now we discussed, Pythagoras theorem, square of the hypotenuse, that is QR whole square is equals to rest of the two, PR, sum of the squares of the remaining two sides, PR whole square plus PQ whole square. This is because of, why? Since Pythagoras theorem. Because of Pythagoras theorem. Fine. Okay. Now see QR. QR is nothing but what? 21 whole square, which is equals to PR whole square plus PQ whole square is nothing but 29 whole square. From this I want PR, no? So PR whole square, let it be as it is. PR whole square so there is a correction in the problem. Actually this problem is wrong, because hypotenuse should be the longest one, isn't it? So please correct it, that this as 29 and this as 21. I mean this PQ is nothing but 21 units and QR is nothing but 29 units. Because the longest side in a right angle triangle is nothing but hypotenuse. So now tell me, what is QR? QR is nothing but, now this is 29 whole square, whereas PQ whole square is equal to 21 whole square. So 29 whole square and sending that side minus 21 whole square. Therefore PR is equals to root of 29 whole square minus 21 whole square. If you know the squares of 29 and 21, you can substitute. If not, do one thing, this is like a square minus b square, no? Can also do like that. A square minus b square. A plus b into a minus b. See the beauty of mathematics. If you don't know the square of these things, even though you can solve, there is an alternate way. So adding these two, 50 into the difference is 8. So PR is equals to square root of 400 and finally PR is equals to 20 units. Length never be negative and moreover some units, 20 units. So I got PR is equals to 20 units. Fine. So since we know all the three sides, now let me want to find out what is sin theta. See, theta is here. Please do not confuse. Theta is here. Hence, this is opposite side to theta and this is adjacent side to theta. And as usual, the side which is opposite to right angle is always hypotenuse. Okay, my dear? Now, sin theta formula is nothing but opposite side by hypotenuse. Shortly, I mentioned here, okay? Hypotenuse. That is 20 by, what is hypotenuse is 29. And similarly, please go for cos theta. Cos theta is adjacent by hypotenuse. So what is the adjacent one? 21 by 29. So now let me go for first one, cos square theta plus sin square theta. That is 21 by 29 whole square plus 20 by 29 whole square. Okay, so denominator is clearly 29 whole square Now numerator is 21 whole square plus 20 whole square. So 21 whole square, which is 441, plus 20 whole square is 400 by 29 whole square is 841. Now adding these two, we get 841 by 841, which is equals to 1. Yeah, of course, we know now already it's a standard result. Actually, we need not to simplify only to show you whether it is correct or not. I have applied all these things, but if not, generally it's just, I told you, standard result, standard identity. That's why cos square theta plus sin square theta is always 1. No need to check. And in the same manner, please go for cos square theta minus sin square theta. So let me want to go directly 441 minus 400 by 841. Is it no same calculation? Only thing is, instead of plus you are going to get minus. Hence this is 41 by 841. If you have anything to cancel, you can cancel, or if not, you can leave it there. Next question. Given that cot theta is equal to 7 by 8, then evaluate 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta whole divided by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. Whereas the second one is 1 plus sin theta by 1 cos theta. Okay, ma? So, as usual, because of a trigonometry, we need to consider a right angled triangle. Here no more information where it is right angle and etc, etc. So let me want to consider angle B is 90 and theta, except this theta can be considered anywhere, either at A or at C. So let me want to consider angle A as some theta. Okay. Now what is given? What is given that cot theta? Actually cot theta is nothing but adjacent side to angle theta by opposite side to angle theta, which is 7 by 8. But I told you in the last problem, don't consider that adjacent side as 7 and opposite side as 8, because this 7 by 8 is the ratio but not the length. So that's why adjacent side, if it is theta, then sure this is the opposite one and this is the adjacent one. So adjacent one I need to consider as say some 7k. Okay. And opposite one is nothing but 8k. Okay, my dear. Then I want to find out the third one also. Third side also. So using Pythagoras, here hypotenuse is nothing but AC. So hypotenuse whole square is equals to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Other two sides are, one is AB, another one is BC. So now AB is nothing but 7k whole square and this is 8k whole square. Okay, ma'am. So what is this is 49k square plus 64k square. Hence AC square is equals to 113k square, and from this AC is equals to root of 113k. Okay, so now see, since we know this side is also as root of 113k, now we can go for any trigonometric ratio. Okay, now let us consider first one, that is 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. Okay, so actually from this I can find out what is the sin theta value and what is the cos theta value, but my dear, it is involving with the square root, so the calculation will be a little bit difficult. That's why do one thing, instead of directly substituting the sin theta and cos theta values here, First let us simplify this and then we will substitute the things. Now this is like a plus b into a minus b. A square minus b square by similarly denominator also a square minus b square. Do you know from the identity I told you earlier, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. From this cos square theta is equals to 1 minus sin square theta and sin square theta is equals to 1 minus cos square theta. So now you can replace 1 minus sin square is nothing but cos square theta by 1 minus cos square is nothing but sin square theta, and cos square by sin square which is nothing but cot square theta. See, actually cot theta value is already given to us, 7 by 8 entirely whole square. So therefore this value is 49 by 64. See, actually irrespective of that triangle Pythagoras theorem, isn't it? See, luckily we got it here. Okay, ma. So look at the second part now. Second one. What is second condition is 1 plus sin theta by cos theta. This is we need to substitute. What is the sin theta value? Opposite by hypotenuse. I think 8 by root 113 by cos theta value adjacent by hypotenuse. I mean 7k by root 113. So this is root 113 plus 8 by root 113 whole divided by 7k not 7k no, k can have cancelled, 7 by root of 113. So root 113 cancel. So finally this value is, we don't know root of 113. So let it be as it is, leave it as it is. So 8 plus root 113 by 7. So this is the way, my dear, we can solve very easily the problems of trigonometry only just if you are good at fundamentals. That is what we discussed in the video number 1, that is the basic ratios, trigonometric ratios, and in the video number 2 we discussed about standard identities. Okay. And don't miss the fourth video, which is very important, which we are going to discuss about standard angles of trigonometric ratios. Okay. So those who did not subscribe my channel, please subscribe the channel, and my channel name is Math Magic Minds. You can also share and you can also send your valuable suggestions in the form of a comment. Thank you for watching this video.